Creators and Level Up Creator School. I am our Director of Operations, and Amanda Northcutt is our CEO. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day with us. We are so happy. We're going to give you an update on where our current MRR Accelerator cohort is, and then just talk about some of the topics that we talked about in last week's newsletter. So, thank you again for joining us. If you have any questions at any point in time, please feel free to drop them in the chat and we will get those answered for you. If you have not met us, there are two ways that we help leaders and coaches and consultants build rock solid recurring revenue businesses. The first is Level Up Creators, and this is our done for you white glove consulting firm that includes our MRR Accelerator program. And the second is Level Up Creator School, where we help a global group of thought leaders build businesses through a done with you model. Creator School includes access to our consulting team and our methodology in a way that used to be reserved exclusively for our consulting clients. So, hello and welcome. Okay, so our MRR Cohort 1 Accelerator program launched in January, and we just got to the point where we have handed them their marketing strategy and their 90-day plan. Amanda, can you walk us through what that is and why that's important?
Yeah, this feels like a 10-week sprint, and everybody's been delivered a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of work. I'm doing a lot of sales coaching. We are working toward closing deals and hitting those MRR guarantees. So we're really excited about that. So the sales and marketing strategy is where the rubber really, really starts to meet the road. So they've already been delivered North Star documentation that, kind of mirrors back to them. Here's what you told us you want to be. Here's where you want to be in 10 years. And then now we're reverse engineering a business that goes down to the like what I'm doing on a day-to-day level to contribute to that 10-year vision. It's quite a puzzle to put together. So the sales and marketing strategy says, here's how we're going to attract, nurture, convert, retain, and expand client relationships. And so, as y'all know, if you've been following us for any amount of time, we love the bow tie funnel. The MRR method is built kind of over the top of the bow tie. And so we don't consider our job done when someone has made a single purchase from us, but we're always going for recurring revenue. And so we want to help guide people and nurture them on this amazing customer journey toward value recognition at every step, even before someone is a customer. And then we want to give them recurring value in exchange for recurring revenue through a variety of avenues, whether that be long form consulting projects, ongoing coaching relationships, retainers, group coaching programs. I mean, we have like a lot of diversity on the product ladders of the 5 creators who are in this first accelerator cohort. So it is very specific to each client. Again, we don't do anything cookie cutter. The MRR method is our guide, but everyone's business is as unique as they are. And so, what we recommend that they do to attract, nurture, convert, retain, and expand clients is very unique to each individual. So, this is like, here's what we're doing. Here's where we're going to here's exactly how we are going to work step by step towards your MRR guarantee. Like, here's the actions that we are going to take. Meaning, like, here's your job, creator. Here's our job at Level Up. And as we continue to work on the accelerator deliverables, like this amazing custom metrics dashboard and a lot of other goodies still coming each of the creators' ways.
Yeah. In last week's newsletter, we kind of talked about the mindset shift between a creator and thinking more like a CEO in your creator business, your consulting business, your coaching business. So, what are some of the ways that you teach this to our cohort or other creators, clients that we work with? And what would you say, like, the top three pillars to this mindset shift is?
Mm. The kind of transition from creator to creator CEO can be a really tough gap to bridge. And a lot of people have had very negative experiences with and interactions with, whether you see them on the news or they were your boss or your boss's boss, with CEOs. And so it's kind of like, ugh, that feels a little gross to me. But what we're really asking you to do is to embody a mindset where you are thinking about where you have leverage, how to ethically exploit that leverage to the end of attracting, nurturing, right? Converting, retaining, and expanding customer relationships so that you have a two-way mutually beneficial relationship with your audience, right? Content creation is a lonely business. Anybody that's been in it for a while knows it's lonely, it's difficult. Oftentimes the feedback that you get is negative, or maybe there's, 10 positive comments and two negative ones. And what sticks with us? The negative ones, right? So we are looking toward a level of intentionality with business building to the end of recurring revenue so that you can go and provide even more value than you can provide in your free content to the types of individuals, like the little pocket of the internet that you really, really want to work with and you feel are the best match for the solutions that you bring to the marketplace. Like these folks are feeling painful, pervasive problems and you have solutions for them. And so marketing and sales is all about communicating uh, that you have what you say you have, that you have the solutions that you say you have, and that you have the knowledge, skills, ability, experience, track record, testimonials, case studies, and statistics to back up what you're saying. So I think that's probably two. And thinking about your customers before you
Mhm.
think about your existing customers, before you think about bringing on more customers. There's a really old statistic that was shocking at the time. I'm sure it's way worse now, but it's like 7 times uh, easier, I believe, to sell more to an existing customer than it is to attract and convert a new customer, right? And so when you've already done the hard work of marketing and sales to conversion, my goodness, like what else can you offer that person who already likes, and trust you, right? They have a high affinity for you. You've already been able to demonstrate that you have solutions to their needs. What other needs do they have that are tangentially related that you are uniquely capable of solving? And like, how can we package those solutions up and sell them to your existing customers as well as new customers? So just don't always like go back to the top of the funnel. Think about who's already on your product ladder on the right side of the bow tie.
Yeah. In the newsletter, we talked about like the difference between how a champion thinks and how a player thinks. And like a champion walks on the court thinking like, okay, this is where I'm meant to be. And a player is just thinking like, okay, don't mess up, like don't miss this shot, like be in the right spot. And so that kind of goes with like how we've designed our cohort to function. In the beginning, the process is like we kind of take their business that's existing and we rip it apart. And we kind of apply those thoughts of like, okay, how can we serve these same customers again and again? And we like start putting pieces back together. How important is that mindset shift in like, okay, like let me just serve this group of people one time to that, hey, let's retain and like do this again and again and again. And that being the foundation of your business, not just something that you think after you've already made all these sales of like, okay, how
Mhm.
can I tack something else on? But like really building your business in a way that from the foundations it's built for recurring revenue.
Yeah, I love this mindset shift because it makes you it's a forcing function to make your marketing and sales really on the up and up. No bullshit, no icky marketing, nothing that could even be potentially inferred as untrue or a stretch. And so it forces us to do better at business. It forces us to earn our keep, so to speak, and keep putting out again the value because you have to earn recurring revenue. It doesn't just happen magically, especially in the like a coaching and consulting creator space. Um, this is not a situation where we are trying to slip the $9 charge on the credit card under the radar so they just like don't notice that they still have this stupid software subscription that sucks and is not serving them well and is not being updated and things like that. That's not the game that we're playing. We're playing a totally different level, like a very high level of chess here. And so it forces you to take a good hard look at your customers and who you actually want to work with. If you're always working toward a long term relationship, you're always looking for incentive alignment as well. And so there's, again, no room for BS. There's no room for gaming the system. You are looking to align the solutions that you are uniquely able to provide through your skills and experience and knowledge and wisdom and passion to a specific subset of the population, your ideal customer profile. And you have to deeply, deeply understand your ideal customer profile in order to have a shot at earning recurring revenue. So I love this model of business. I mean, for so many reasons, like having stable, predictable revenue is pretty great. It's pretty super, especially because most of the creators and consultants and coaches we speak to have roller coaster revenue, and it's really, really tough to have a life and to not live in constant stress and anxiety of, how am I going to pay the mortgage next month or the car payment or the school
Mhm.
payment or whatever the case may be. And know, have like clear line of sight into your pipeline and what your MRR is and what your churn rate is with clients and, your ability to bring on new clients to replace those churn ones and then continue to build your MRR. It causes you to work at a higher level. So I like that because that's the standard that we certainly hold ourselves to, and the standard that all of our clients hold. We're very careful about who we work with because we're
Mhm.
having like really close relationships with these people, and it's working out awesome because we were careful on the front end and we did not oversell anything. And we were truthful and showed, this is who we really are. This is what you get. There's no smoke and mirrors. There's no games.
Mhm.
So I think it's just the most wonderful way to operate in business, period, because of the relationships and because of the long term solutions. And it forces you to be better at what you do.
Yeah. So that mindset shift of thinking differently about your business is one of the creator to CEO pillars almost.
Mhm.
What do you think is the most challenging for creators, consultants, people building their online businesses for them in that process?
Money mindset. Would you agree?
I think so. Yeah.
So like, business skills are learnable, right? If you want to come learn them really, really quickly and have them enacted all over your business, left, right, and center, like come to us. But anybody can go to the library, go to Amazon and like read all the books and do all the things and take the online courses and like learn about business. Our mindset is a totally different ballgame. We've been given all sorts of inputs, right, from childhood, from the adults who are in our lives, whoever raised us, whatever was around us, whatever you saw, for better or for worse. Um, that leaves us with some sort of imprint on our brains about how we think about not just money, but like the whole world. But we're talking about money in particular right now. And so the thought of, the creators we're working with, they're going to leave the accelerator making 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be different for the vast majority of them. And knowing that you are worthy of that as a human, just
Mhm.
as a human, and that you are capable and that you are not doing anything icky or dirty or yucky, and that money is not inherently icky, dirty, or yucky. Some people with money are icky, dirty, yucky, and lots of other names. But I think when people have money, it brings out their true self, right? And life is a lot easier with money. There's no question, right? And how you conduct yourself is just kind of like a mirror. When you have more money, I think you become more of who you are. And so that's going to come out the way that it is going to come out. And the people that we're working with, I'm really excited for those people to have more money in their hands because they're all working towards something really amazing and helping amazing customers and are all interested in the greater good and giving back and not just acquiring and hoarding wealth. And I think it's really hard to me and mine mindset as opposed to like an abundance mindset. And there is enough to go around for everybody. This wealth, like other people are out there making this kind of money, and I'm ready. I'm ready for mine. And so I'm stepping up to the plate, taking a big, big risk with the accelerator, and it's my turn. Right? People are raising their hands at this point and saying it's my turn, but we're still working on mindset a lot in the cohort because that's a really hard thing to overcome again because we've had these thoughts and beliefs, whether we're conscious of them or not, since we were very, very young.
Yeah. Okay. And also, there's something else I wanted to hit on before we go. And you probably won't be able to answer this very quickly, but if you just do a little spiel about it. A lot of people who are wanting to make predictable income aren't just wanting to make more and more and more, but maybe they're wanting to create predictable income in a way that allows them to live the schedule that they want. And I
Hmm.
wanted to kind of talk about that for a minute because our accelerator program might seem like it's just about getting more money, but that's not necessarily the only thing that it can buy you more of. It can also buy you more time in your day-to-day life, your week-to-week life, and give you more autonomy in your life. And so I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk to that angle as well.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you said that explicitly. Yeah. So lifestyle considerations are massive. We all reach a point in life where the 9 to 5 is not tenable, right? Like this was built for a different generation and a different time period in history. We're not built for 9 to 5. I mean, the ingredients that came together ultimately to be Level Up Creators began back in 2012 when like the bottom absolutely fell out of my health and I was working like 80, 100 hours a week. I was making several $100,000 a year and I had to quit my job and go back to the drawing board after kind of like taking a beat to make sure I wasn't literally going to die. And I was like, okay, what do I know? What am I passionate about? What will people pay me for? And I can only work about 20 hours a week. And I need to make about as much money as I was making because now we have a little kiddo and medical bills are stacking up to the ceiling. And like, how in the world do I solve this puzzle? And that's actually the beginning of the framework for the MRR method. It was all born out of necessity of 9 to 5, or for me, it was like 7 to 7, is not working for me at all. I want to build something for myself that works within my value set. And, I've got, say, a young child or a partner or like an elderly parent or an aunt or an uncle or whatever. Or maybe you just want to kayak every day or something. Everybody needs to have the ability to build a life that you want and that you need in order to accommodate whatever life circumstances and stages that you're in. And so that's a big part of this, that these folks in the accelerator do not want to work 80 and 100 hours a week. They want to have a life too. So the accelerator provides a very unique way of that through our full fractional team that every accelerator client gets to borrow. And all of the work, the way that we build businesses is so that you're spending at least 80% of the time in your zone of genius on what you absolutely love to do, time with clients, building relationships, and whatever else each individual, is excited about and gets them up in the morning. And we try and automate, delegate, use
Mhm.
AI or whatever, technology suite to facilitate getting the rest of the stuff done.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Well, thank you guys so much for joining our live stream. Be sure to follow us for more tips and insights on building a successful recurring revenue business. Until next week, have a good one.